Really good. Start making it loud right now for Arturo Raygoza. Man, let him hear you.
That was a little awkward. I feel like my family just fought at the fucking dinner table. And now I gotta make the joke that's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? I love that. I don't know, it happened to me a lot. It happened to me a lot. I'm glad you guys laughed too. Whoever did laugh had a good life. They're like, what do you mean fighting? What do you mean? Guys, I realize nowadays technology runs everything, guys. Like, it's crazy. People will have likes online and they'll believe that they're liked. But I'm like, no one likes you in real life, though. Like, where it matters. You're not a good person. Like, out of a version of a person, you're one of the bad ones. You understand? And it's weird for me, because I feel like social media did that. It's always been a little off, you know? It makes you feel popular when you're not. Do you remember MySpace? Yeah, you remember MySpace? You remember Tom, don't you? Yeah, you remember his white tee? You know, he looked good. He did. But MySpace had this thing that gave you too much power. It was called your top 8.
Top 16.
Yeah, exactly. That's when you're being a little weak with the top 16. You're trying to be a little too nice. They had a top 24 if you're a real bitch about it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they had a top 8, and like basically on your page, you had your top 8, and if you don't know what that is, out of every friend you had to choose 8 of them. So to everybody, your page said this: these are the top 8 people in my universe. And you didn't make the list. Mom. And you didn't mean to flex on your mom like that, you know? You love her, but you only had 8, you know what I'm saying? It got worse though, because we moved to Facebook, right? And then Facebook uses something that's not true to connect people. It's a friend. Exactly. I'm a grown man. I can admit I don't have 500 friends. And you don't either. You don't, you know? Let this be your intervention. Those aren't really your friends. You know how they're not your friends? I'll give you a little reason. Because you don't remember their birthdays, you let Facebook do it for you. That's a real friend thing to remember. Oh, there's something happening this month. No. But you guys are better than me, man. Facebook told me it was my brother's birthday and I was surprised. So I'm pretty bad, guys. It gets worse though, because we went on to Instagram and Twitter. Do you know what word Twitter uses to connect us, guys? Tweet. Follow. Do you remember when the word follow was creepy? Do you remember when following you was something you didn't want anyone to do to you? Ever? And now everybody's like, hey, are you following me? They'll get mad at you too, like, hey, why don't you follow me? I thought we were friends on Facebook, you know? I'll say shit like, hey, I need everyone here to follow me tonight. And it puts you in a bad situation because you're going to run to that one guy who's like, yeah, I'll follow you. You're like, oh, dude, cool. You got a Twitter? He's like, no. I don't even own a phone. I drive a van, though. And I drive for Uber, you know, creepy shit. I didn't grow up in a nice neighborhood, but I want to hear if you have. Do you guys, anyone here live in a nice neighborhood? I'm going to divide the room real quick. Let's do this. You can see, I'm trying to get where you're at. I'm okay that you're there. I'm okay with it. I don't get bugged by people living nice. I get bugged when they live nice and they act like they don't. What the fuck are you talking about? You know how many arguments I got with my friends because they lived in a nice neighborhood and they try to downplay it? Like, your life is good, don't act like it's not. I'm telling you, it's frustrating because my friend would tell me, I don't live in a nice neighborhood. I'm like, okay, that's cool, dude. Why do you have to leave my name at the gate to get in the motherfucker then, dude? That's an ultimate flex, dude. That's really a flex. The more gates you have involved in your living situation is the better you live. Because when I had to go to his house, he had another gate with his initials on the outside of the house, man. And then when I got to his front door, there was a gate there too. That's crazy. When you live in a bad neighborhood, the only gates you have are on your windows. And those don't even work. They don't. It's crazy. And it's one of those things, like, I don't mind it, you know? But I learned in my older age, there's a more clever way to find out if you live in a good neighborhood or not. Don't have the argument with your friends like me. Be better than that. If you go down to the local pound, you'll find out if you live in a nice neighborhood, because you're going to see a type of dog that's different. If you're in a nice neighborhood, you go to the pound, you're going to see a Shih Tzu. You're going to see a Yorkie. You're going to see a little fluffy Pomeranian, you know? A bunch of unnecessary dogs. I know you love them. I didn't say you didn't. But if someone breaks in your house, you're both dead.
Are you in that Yorkie?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? A Yorkie ain't taking anybody down. And if it does, it's a bad Yorkie, you know what I'm saying? If you go down to a bad neighborhood, though, you're going to see a different type of dog. You're going to see the type of dog someone had to get to protect the income they're trying to keep. If you go to a bad neighborhood, you're going to walk in the pound and you're going to see a pit bull. And then you're going to see a pit bull. And then you're going to see an American pit bull. Nothing cute in that pound. You might get lucky and see a little, like, Chihuahua in the corner. It's all shivery because that's what they do. But even that little cute one turns around and he has one fucking eye. Oh. True story, I owned that dog and it was really good security. It's not a lie. If someone breaks in your house and you have a Chihuahua that has one eye, they don't stay, they leave. They're like, they keep this dog with one eye, they don't care, they got nothing to lose. Yeah, man, like, also I have this other theory that, like, help me with this. I feel like Ouija boards are a white people activity. Yeah, exhibit A, I got a few nods. But the thing is that I don't think it's because you're white. It has nothing to do with your melanin. It has nothing to do with that. I just think your life has to be going pretty decent for you to even think of messing with the Ouija board. You know, it's got to be going pretty good. Hey, let's have some fun. Like, I'm doing okay, but if something goes wrong, my life is fucked. I can't afford a demon right now. That's not where I'm at. I'm not in the demon tax bracket. You know? I'm not, man. But even that, like, on the other side, when you die, you got to be able to spell. And like, hey, I wasn't educated that well, you know? If my kids are trying to communicate with me, they're going to be like, oh, he misspelled that, and that's the wrong two. That's Dad. He's an idiot. That's definitely Dad. That's him. Man, I'm just saying, like, if you go on my Instagram later in life and you guys see I'm messing with little dogs and Ouija boards, I'm in a better place. You know? Comedy paid off. And I'm not mad at rich people, just don't act like you don't have it. Like, because rich people say stupid things like, money doesn't buy happiness. Have you heard this one? Like, who told you I was in the market for happiness? I'm trying to pay off all this stress. You see what I'm saying? Hey, money does that. You understand? The hell? You don't get fake tans and bleached buttholes because life's going hard. You understand that? You gotta be rich. You gotta be rich. God, man. Don't be, and if you got a bleached butthole right now, don't feel bad. I'm not happy. I'm trying to get there, you know what I'm saying? I'm very mad about how dark my butthole is right now. I'm trying to get that money. I'm gonna show it off too if I get it. You know, right now. Just for the internet, that wasn't in my set, that was a little riff. That's what they call it. The last thing I want to talk about before I get off the stage, let me give you a quick one before I go to the last bit. I want to give you a little dad joke, a little quick one. You guys okay with this? You want it? Here we go. There's a common dream people have. It's a nightmare, actually. It's a nightmare that your teeth are coming out of your mouth and there's nothing you can do about it. Have you had this dream? It's bad. A few people have it. It happens a lot. But it makes me wonder, like, do crackheads have dreams where all their teeth come back? Hey, man, how terrible is that? You wake up ready to bite something and you can't. I feel bad. All right, well, let me tell you about my pops real quick, guys. I have a dad who's really manly, right? He's a manly man. And, like, my whole life, my whole childhood was me holding a flashlight for my father while he did manly shit. The manliest thing I did this year is change my oil in my car. And when I say that, I lied to you. I just added oil because it was a little low. But my dad would do manly stuff while I hold the flashlight. He'd be like under a hood of a car that he's been working on. I'm like, yo, Dad, can you see what you're doing? Awesome, right? He's wiring things through the wall. I'm like, yo, Dad, can you see what you're doing? Awesome, you know? He's like having sex. I'm like, yo, Dad, can you see what you're doing? I need a brother. But one night I came home to the house and I found out my dad was the manliest man ever in existence. I came home to a house I thought was empty. My father was there. He thought it was empty as well, which is a great way to start a story. I was walking past his room trying to get to mine, and there was a crack in the door, and I go, oh, I'm looking in there. I'm like, oh, I see my dad doing the manliest thing ever. He was watching pornography. Listen to what I just said. He was just watching. He wasn't doing anything. Have you met a man in your life with that much self-control? I finished from outside the doorway. Twice. And at that moment I realized that I wouldn't be able to fill my dad's shoes, but I could fill his socks though. A little fun fact, if you pick up socks and they're not soft, drop them! Because something bad happened to those socks. Guys, my name is Art. Follow me despite what I said. Have a good night, guys. Thank you.